work.
You're watching the Discovery Channel. On now, the truth behind why we lie.
To help us improve our chances, we've turned to machines. The polygraph was invented in the 1920s and remains the most popular lie detector in use today. Its makers claim it's 90% effective in spotting the physical signs of lying. As an Oklahoma police officer, Doug Williams used the polygraph in more than 6,000 examinations.
Well, I just want to show you how the polygraph works. What is actually recorded by the polygraph and what happens during the test. You can already see how personally invasive this machine is.
The machine monitors breathing patterns using tubes that expand on the chest. It measures the sweat activity at the tip of the finger. And it monitors the heartbeat using a blood pressure cuff on the arm. In a test, the examiner will watch how the tracings move when he asks so-called control questions. What's your name? What day is it? And so on. He'll then ask irrelevant questions such as, did you steal the car? If the tracings on the paper deviate from the control questions, then he'll assume something's wrong and the subject is lying.
Is your first name Kristen?
Yes.
The polygraph shows a constant waveform.
Is today Tuesday?
Yes.
Again, a steady tracing on the chart.
Okay, now, Kristen, I'm going to ask you a very personal and very embarrassing question.
Okay.
During your entire life, have you ever...
The polygraph trace shoots up even before the question's asked.
As you can see, there's the reaction on the surprise question. And what's known as a breathing staircase. That's a classic textbook reaction.
This classic textbook reaction has traditionally been seen as an indication of a lie. But Doug Williams thinks this interpretation serves no purpose in modern lie detection.
Just a very crude reaction recorder is basically what it is. And the reactions it records can be indicative of just about anything besides deception. Any number of innocent stimuli can cause this exact same reaction. Embarrassment, rage at having been asked the question in the first place, nervousness, fear, misplaced guilt.
The fear of being disbelieved looks just like the fear of being caught. And the polygraph doesn't do a very good job of distinguishing them. Innocent people, if they're under suspicion of committing a crime, will also become emotional. I've called this Othello's Error after Shakespeare's play, because when Othello killed Desdemona, he was quite accurate in realizing that she was afraid. His mistake was in thinking that fear only has one source. He thought this was the fear of an unfaithful woman caught by her husband. This was the fear of a totally innocent woman, of being murdered by what she knew was a jealous husband.
The polygraph is routinely used during job interviews for police, fire, and the security agencies. Some insurance companies use it to verify claims. Until recently, its evidence was admissible in court.
Well over 60% of honest, truthful people are branded as liars by this machine, and their only crime was they actually believed it worked.
Doug Williams's doubts about the polygraph were so great that he resigned from the police force.
Distinguish the different types.
He now teaches people facing tests at job interviews how to expose the machine's potential flaws.
On demand at the appropriate time. Now, in order
he shows people how to produce a typical lying response when in fact they're telling the truth in the control question, such as, what's your name?
And on the count of three, I want you to demonstrate that you have control of every tracing on this chart. 1, 2, 3.
Kristen provokes the lying response by covertly changing her breathing pattern and flexing her muscles to send her pulse rate soaring.
Excellent. You can dance this thing around anytime you want to. The reason I use the polygraph is because it's a very good interrogation tool. It literally scares a confession out of a person. Sometimes those confessions are not valid because they truly are fear-induced.
The polygraph's been popular with the American security forces for more than 50 years. But their attempts to catch double agents have met with limited success. CIA employee Aldrich Ames passed a polygraph test twice while selling secrets to the Russians. He was only caught when FBI agents found incriminating evidence on scraps of paper in his trash can.
I can teach a person how to control every tracing on the chart in less than 10 minutes. I've done it thousands and thousands and thousands of times, and I do please wish they would quit using this